Hey guys, this is episode 4 of Space Engineers. Look at this. I managed to get this off the crane and onto here. It just had to fill up a little bit with hydrogen. And then I just quickly just transferred it onto this. And then I made another little connector and stuff. This is the main thing that I did off camera. I just built this giant hydrogen tank just so I could fill it, because you can fill tanks faster if you use another tank that's already been filling, like passively. So if I just put a bunch of ice in the base and this fills up passively, then whenever I'm doing anything else, if I just connect this back, it'll fill up my smaller tank in my ship a lot quicker that way. Also, now that it's connected to the base, I can use the faster base H2 generator. So I believe the tank is going to be filling. Yeah, it's almost half full already. You see that? Did you see how slow it was before? Man, it took forever. And that's just one of the base ones. So if there's already hydrogen in this tank, which there will be once we get it going, and we disconnect this and get this full, it'll just fill up real fast. But in order to do that, we're gonna need to go get some more ice, I think. I don't think we have. Oh, we have quite a bit of ice. Never mind. Although we are using quite a bit of it. Let's see. We are using about 100 every few seconds. So, I don't know. We may or may not need more, but this will definitely get full, and then we'll go up to space. And that might be, I don't know. But there's a couple more tweaks that I forgot to do to this thing. So we're definitely going to need some lights, that's for sure. We're definitely going to need an ore detector and an antenna. So I forgot that as well. Is there anything else we need? We could, I don't know. There's sorters that we can use, and we can put it off of like this piece or something, and we can we can tell it to sort out the rock from our system, and it'll throw the rock out if we want it to. But I don't know if we do. So I think I'm just gonna add a couple lights to this thing. So we're gonna get an interior light and a spotlight. Then we're gonna add an ore detector and probably an antenna. And I think that'll be this thing pretty much finished. So we're gonna put the antenna right here once we have the materials for it. Give me an antenna. Alright, and give me an ore detector. Alright, are these things in my build queue? They are not. Okay, well, we can just add the small stuff for now. We're just gonna grab this, and we're gonna put this right. That's a beacon. We want an antenna. Yeah, just like that. Although we're gonna split over. Boom. There we go. And then we're gonna need, I believe we're gonna need some of this. We're gonna add that to the build queue. There we go. Shazam. Yeah, that's probably the most important part of this. And I think we're gonna do something like this. So we're gonna grab some of this light metal armor with the slope, and we're gonna put it right there as soon as we get enough materials, of course.
Fuel low.
Alright, and then we need enough stuff for that. which we can add to build queue. And then grab the rest of it. And I think we're gonna need a couple lights.
Fuel critical.
Come on. Alright, that'll get us for a little while. Let's see. So we're gonna add this right here as soon as we rotate it the correct direction. If we can, we might not be able to because of this gyroscope. We're gonna take this out real quick. There we go. I'm gonna put this right just like that. And what else do we need? We're gonna put a spotlight, oops, right here. Just like that. That spotlight goes there. Gotta orient it the right way. There we go. And we're gonna place some of these lights around so that we can see. We're gonna place this on either side, just like that. And we're gonna place one on top.
Fuel low.
Actually, we're just gonna place one on bottom, and then maybe one on
Fuel
top
critical.
right here. All right, like I was saying, we're just gonna fill this right there. There we go. Now we should have lights on most of the parts of our stuff. And it should be pretty good now once we get this all welded up. Oh, I almost forgot. This is what I was putting this slope up here for, is the camera. You can see the orientation. If the camera, you know, if it says camera on the top, that's how you orient it. So that you're not upside down when you're looking through it. And a camera is pretty important in space so that you can zoom into things. It's a lot easier to see things from far away because most things are far away in space. And we're just gonna build that up and build that up and build that up once we get more stuff. Alright, and that should be pretty much it. And then we're gonna get in here, we're gonna make a group with those lights. We got the spotlight, and we got the interior lights right there. Space lights. Now we're gonna toggle those off. We can make them any color we want. That's pretty nice. We're gonna put... Actually, I think we can just turn them on and off via this. Yeah. There we go. We don't even need the spotlight to be in that group. Hey, we can just go ahead and take that off. So, we're gonna delete this. Oh, I don't think we can... Yeah, there we go. We're just going to use the interior lights. Space lights. There we go. Now we can turn them all off and it'll be super nice. Toggle on off. And then we're going to do camera. Because I would like to do that. So if you switch to your camera, you can see just like that. You can zoom in. Isn't that cool? It really helps when you're out in space and there's things that are really far away. Let's see. Tank. Wow, this is pretty much full now. It actually is full. But I think we're gonna head up to space now. Yeah. Although I want to put an antenna on my base so that I can see it from space. That's important. Yeah, so we're going to put an antenna probably right here so that we can find our way back to our house from space. Antenna. Oh man, this is big. I forgot how big these antennas are. We're just gonna put it right here. How about that? Shabam. Do we have enough stuff? Oh yeah, totally. Not even a problem. Yeah, we're just gonna start doing this, and when I come back, we're gonna prepare for launch, and I hope I didn't forget anything. Alright, so that's done. We can take a look at this thing's batteries as well, just to make sure they're good. Let's see. They're all full. Yep. Alright. And how much power do we have? We're going to turn on our thrusters. This. And we're going to turn off that. 2 hours. Okay. Yeah, that's acceptable. Alright. So here's what we're going to do. Oh, I forgot to put back on. Alright, we're going to have to be real quick about this. I did forget to put back on our gyroscope, so we can't turn our vehicle easily. Let's see, where are we going to put this? Where are we going to put this? Put it right here. If I had stuff to build it with. Ooh, okay, we're going to need to hurry up here. I don't want to waste any more fuel than I have to. There we go. Shouldn't be wasting too much fuel. Alright, now I think this is the finished design. How much fuel do we have? We've used less than 1%, so that should be good. Now we're just gonna angle ourselves up. Just slightly. We're gonna see if we can angle ourselves towards the ground. There we go. Just like that. Now, I gotta adjust some things in the settings, and I'll be right back. Alright, now that we have everything mostly configured, we're just gonna go. So, we're gonna go up, and we're gonna try and hover around 100 meters per second, because that is the cap. So we're gonna increase our thrust override to where we're climbing, and once we get up there, we're gonna start slowing down a lot until we hit that sweet spot. There we go, right there. We're just barely decreasing speed. We're gonna go up a little bit, and then down, and it'll get easier to go the higher we get up, because our gravity will be lower, so we won't have to use as much fuel. And this will take a while, so I'll meet you back when we get up to space. As you can see, I'm about halfway up, because space is around 40 kilometers up, so I'm about 20. And it's getting really easy to climb in speed. It's actually, as you can see on the lower middle right, I guess, over by my toolbar, you can see the gravity. It's just 0.2 of regular gravity. And P gravity is for planet gravity, and then artificial gravity is for when you get bigger spacefaring crafts that you can put artificial gravity into, so that you can still have some gravity, and you can set that artificial gravity to whatever you want eventually. But it's getting really easy. I don't have to put as much fuel into it, and this is a lot more efficient than doing it manually without the override. I almost forgot, once you get up to a certain height, you're going to want to take off your dampeners, because like I said with the mining rig, your thrusters that are shooting forward will try to slow you down. So turning off your dampeners with the Z button is gonna make it so that they don't try to slow down, they just turn off. They just don't really do anything unless you specifically tell them to with the arrow keys. And now, as you can see, I barely have to push. I'm at the lowest rung of the override. And once I get to 0.5 gravity or below, it actually goes down to 0 after you get down to 0.05 Gs. I think it's about to. Yep, there it goes. And now I'm no longer decreasing in speed even though my dampeners are off. Now, I'm going to turn my dampeners back on so that I can slow down. Down to 0, and then just turn them off again. And that only took around 30% fuel, so not ideal, but if we can find some ice up here, that'd be great. So we're going to turn our ore detector field up, wherever it is. There it is. Boom. And we're going to get our camera, and we're going to look for those splotchy colors in these asteroids, if we can find some. Maybe some over here. Doesn't look like much, but we're going to go this way. Just a little bit. We don't need a whole lot of speed. It's good to go fast up until you get relatively close to the asteroid, and then you're going to want to slow down pretty quickly. You're going to want to go around 15 meters per second when you're going around the asteroid, or maybe lower than that, because space is pretty hard to navigate when you're not used to it. And I'm not seeing many sources of any minerals or anything like that. Anything over here? That's still not loaded. That's not loaded. Okay. Well, we can look at this one probably. Nope, can't see that. Alright. We'll just keep looking at this one, try and find something. But I'm not seeing anything. Also, I wonder what happens to my power when I turn all the lights on with my spotlight. Nothing. Alright, so this should last us quite a long time, even with the small batteries. Oh, so we're getting kind of close to this asteroid, as you can see. So we're gonna slow down. Turn our dampeners on real quick. Slow down all the way. Technically, the fastest way to slow down is just to kind of flail your ship around. But it's not so good for recording, so I'm not gonna do that. We're just gonna go pretty slow. Like I said, around 15 meters per second around the asteroid. We're just gonna try and get a little bit closer. And I'm still not seeing any minerals. Usually there's gonna be 3 different types of minerals on an asteroid, if it has any at all. If it doesn't have 3, then it usually has ice, or 2 of the more rare materials like platinum and silver. And gold. Oh, what is that? I think that is ice. We can take a look at that. That looks like ice. So we're gonna go ahead and go over there. Yep, it is ice. So we're gonna mark this, since ice is really important for us, since we're doing hydrogen. Because ice is what we use for fuel, because our generator turns that into oxygen and hydrogen, so we can breathe as well. Also, when you're in space, don't forget to put on your helmet. Obviously, your helmet will die. Well, you'll die if you don't have your helmet on. So that's always a good rule of thumb. I think we might have ice in our vessel already. Oh no, it already burned through all of our ice trying to refill our tanks. So we actually used a bit more fuel than 30%. We just used up all of our ice. We're actually going to grab some of this. We're going to go into first person just so we can get... You're going to want to turn on your dampeners when you're mining. And grab some of this ice. It's a lot bigger than you think it is. Hard to judge from space because there's nothing really to keep it up to scale. You know, you can't look at the mountains and be like, "Whoa, those are big and this is small." It's just space, so. Okay, I think, yeah, we have plenty of ice now, and we're gonna mark this position because ice is pretty important. Go to GPS from current position. Ice 2. There we go. Now that we marked the ice, we're going to back out. We're going to turn off our headlights. Also, we're going to turn off our regular lights. There we go. We're going to turn off our dampeners, and we're going to go over to this one. And this is kind of how you do space stuff. Unless you have like some mods on where there's other factions and different ships that fly around in space, which we will eventually do because it's a lot more fun when you can go around and pillage ships and stuff like that and defend your base. I'm not seeing much yet, so we're just gonna get out of this real quick. I'm just gonna wait. In fact, I don't think it matters if I hold Alt, because I can just look around and it won't do anything. Look at that. Isn't that cool? You can see the atmosphere. And there's the moon. If you go to the moon, that's a surefire way to get silver. It's also pretty hard to figure out what way you're going if you get confused. Again, there's no reference point to figure it out, so pretty difficult. But still pretty low res, so I'm not really seeing much. We're gonna slow down a little bit. And we're just gonna go around. You will find uranium out here too, which is a very, very good source of energy, considering you don't need a whole lot of it to get a lot of power out of it. So that's also pretty nice. We're just gonna keep doing this and looking around, trying to find some stuff, and I'll get back to you if we find anything. You can also check the outside asteroids, the smaller ones. They're a little bit more manageable, but I'm not really finding much. Go to this one. And yes, we can go to these planets eventually, but we're gonna have to get platinum for that, because we need a jump drive. Unless you guys wanna... Well, I mean, I probably edited it out, but I do not want to travel 2,000 kilometers just, you know, flying. I would like to get there instantaneously if I can. That would be ideal. Mars is usually the first one you go to, though, since it's the closest. And I'm not really finding much over here, so we're gonna go over here. It's pretty close, so we don't have to go too fast. Alright, well, I guess we're going to the moon. It's pretty guaranteed that we're gonna find some minerals on the moon, so we're gonna go over to that. I'll show you that. Just to give you a sense of how far away these things are. I went to go get food. I came back, and it's still going to the moon. What is this? You know, we actually might be able to raid some of these things. Do I still have my gun on me? That'd be real nice if I had my gun. Let's go over here. Whoa, what was that? There was a red. Oh, there it is. Where is it? Sometimes there's space pirates out here. It's pretty rare if you don't have mods on, but it does happen. So we did approach this ship. I'm not sure if we can get our relative dampeners on. Not looking like it. Come on. No. Alright. We're gonna park our thing here. We're gonna go out. And we're gonna activate our dampeners. And we're gonna do it kinda like this. And then let's hope that there is interior turrets. Okay. Alright. Let's do this. Let's grab our gun. Lock weapons. We don't have a lot of ammo, but we do have enough. I think we have enough time to get this stuff done. Let's do a little bit of recon first. There's 2 guns there. And how many more is there? Not really a whole lot other than that. Is there any windows in this thing? Can I see any more in there? Not seeing many. Alright, we're gonna go ahead try and grind this off. There we go. Round it down. We're gonna try and grab the thing that comes out of it. There it is. For ammo purposes. And then I'm gonna try and grind this down. Oh, grab it. There we go. And now we're gonna try and get in. I'm not seeing any more in there. I'm just gonna grind through this wall. And decompressed it. Yeah. Alright. Now we're gonna get rid of this control seat below the hack line so that we can take control of it. Just like that. And now I'm going to take a look at all this. Let's see. All this says access denied, as you can see. There's still 2 turrets. I don't know where they are. Oh, they're dead? Okay. Autopilot enabled. Can I take autopilot off? Is there a remote control block here? There is. Okay. We're gonna search for that remote control block. I think it might be... Let's see. Let's look. Where could it be? Also, these are magnetic shoes. I can kind of like walk on walls if I wanted to, really. Alright, we're gonna try and get out. We're gonna look around. Hopefully nothing shoots us. That would suck. In fact, I think that remote control block might be right there. Gonna peek around the corner. Hello? Please don't shoot me. Alright, let's see. We're gonna get in this way. That's the beacon. There's the control block. We're gonna get rid of this.
Inventory full.
Yes, yes, yes. I am well aware. We're gonna actually take over one of these. let's see. We're gonna take over this connector.
Inventory full.
And we're gonna put all our stuff in there. And then we're gonna go back to that hole we dug. Get rid of this. And we're gonna get rid of this. Now, autopilot should no longer be enabled. We should be able to drive this thing. Yep, there it is. Boom, we got it. And now we're gonna try and find our ship, wherever that may be. Hello, where'd I leave my ship? No. Alright, so I don't know where we left our ship, but it shouldn't be too far. I'll try and find it. It's almost impossible to find this sort of thing, but we'll try. And I'll see you back when if we find it or if I give up. Hey, we picked up the signal. We only had to go just a little bit more to find the signal. That was close. If you lose something in space, you're never finding it again. It's almost impossible. We're just gonna drive this back to our stuff. We're gonna see if we can't make this our little space station. Now, I usually download a mod that allows me to take control of a whole ship once I take control of all the control stuff, and I might do that, but we'll see. In fact, I think I am going to download that mod. It just seems like the thing to do. Alright, so we're back, and as you can see, it says successfully captured blah 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 blah, whatever the ship's called. Now we have the ship because I took control of this seat right here and the control seat right outside and the remote control right here. Boom. It's a lot easier, and I think that's how it really should be. If you take control of the controlling part of the ship, you should be able to take control of the whole thing, right? Stands to reason. The way you usually do it is you have to grind down every single functional block in this ship in order to get ownership of it all, which is a bit much. I'm gonna grab all this, transfer to me. Yes, there we go. Now it's all mine. My stuff shouldn't shoot at it if I ever make turrets, but I think this will be like I don't know, maybe I'll break it down just for resources. I'm not sure. I kind of want to look at if there's anything in storage other than the stuff I put in there. And it doesn't look like there is. However, there are these thrusters that do take platinum. So that is quite a bit of stuff that I like. Platinum is very valuable. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and see what's in here. Nothing. Okay, we're gonna take all the stuff out of this connector. And I think we're full. We're gonna put it into our little ship here. And now I think we're gonna take apart these, because these have thruster components, and those are very useful. I'm gonna take them down like that. For each individual one. There's another one. Yeah, these can be repurposed into other things. There's a refining. In the refinery, there is actually a setting to where you can break down a component. So if you don't need those components anymore and you still need the materials, you can use that. Here's another one.
Inventory full.
Ooh, okay. We're gonna put the rest of this in the connector. I only really care about the thruster components. I don't really care about the rest of this. Alright, and that's basically how we're gonna play this thing, because we really only need this. Maybe the silver. If we find any silver on this ship, we'll grab it. But otherwise, I think that's all we need. Let's see. Do we have any med bay sort of stuff? Cargo container. Ion thruster. I'm not seeing anything. Alright, so we're gonna put the rest of this useless stuff in there. And we're just gonna take our thruster components with us. We're gonna take all this out. And that should be everything that we need off of this ship. It's kind of a waste just to, you know, throw it all away. But we're not doing any big projects soon. Well, anytime soon anyway. So we don't really need it. When we do big projects, we will find bigger ships to break down, to repurpose. This could be a nice, like, recharging station, since it doesn't move, but it does have solar panels. Does it have batteries? If it has batteries, then I'll keep it, but if it doesn't, then I'll delete it. It does have batteries. Alright, so this is going to be our charging station if we ever get stranded in space without power. We're just going to go here and charge. So I guess I'll keep it. We'll change the antenna wherever it is. There it is. And we're just going to say charging base. There we go. Just like that. And is there anything else? Any other antennas or anything of the sort? Not seeing anything. It does have oxygen tanks, so that is nice. But other than that, I'm not seeing anything valuable. Yeah. Alright. That's all we're going to use this for, is charging. Do we need to charge? We may need to charge. We only have two hours of power left. We're probably going to want to connect up to this base real quick. Using the connector. There it is. We're going to connect. Also, that thing is slightly moving, I think. Huh. We might need to put... Nah, never mind. I was gonna say we should put thrusters on this and at least one in each direction, but it's not really worth it. I mean, I'm not super concerned about this doing anything. Because if it doesn't have dampeners, it can't right itself if it gets bumped by anything. So yeah, we're gonna set these to recharge. We're gonna see how long it's gonna take for us to recharge these batteries. 3 minutes? I'm okay with that. And I'll meet you back then. You know, actually, now that I think about it, we got basically everything we wanted up here. We just needed platinum for the most part. So I don't think we need to recharge. So, I think we're just gonna go back home. Yep, seems like a plan. We'll go to the moon eventually. It's not super duper exciting, it's just the moon, but we'll go there eventually just so you can see it and you can see all the stuff on it. But we're gonna go hurtling back to Earth at high speeds, and I'll meet you at the bottom. Anyway, since we have really nothing left to do in this episode, I'm gonna call it there, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.